chapter 23, organizational structure and employees.
Yes. That's a structure.
Yes. So for an organizational structure, we're talking about an organizational chart. So for an organizational chart, it's a diagram that shows the different jobs or roles in a business. So it allows you to know who is who within an organization. But let's read anyway. Organizational charts.
Yes.
Running a business involves planning, decision making, coordination, and communication. These tasks are easier if workers are organized into a structure made up of different functions or departments. The internal structure of a business is known as its formal organization. So we call it internal structure or formal organization because it allows you to know who is who, what's to be done at every point in time. And because to run a business, you need planning, you need organization, you need decision making, you need coordination, you need to communicate. So how do you know who to communicate with? How do you know these things? So these are the reasons why it is important to put them in a formal organization. So the formal organization can be represented by an organizational chart, which shows one, how the business is split into functions or departments. So for the organizational chart, it talks about the roles or the functions of departments within the organization, the roles of employees and their jobs. Your role as an employee and what your job is, you get to know through the organizational chart. Who has responsibility? What are you supposed to do? To whom people are accountable? Who will you report to? Who are you to report to? Communication channels. Who are you to talk to when you need something? Is it upward or downward? You get to know. The relationship between different positions in the business. So, the director, the managing director, the assistant manager, what are their relationships? How do they relate? You get to know through the organizational chart. So an organizational chart, this is an organizational chart, simply like this. The chairperson, that's the owner of the business, the production department, the finance department, the human resources department, the marketing department. Under the production department, these are other departments under production. These are departments under finance. These are departments under human resources and marketing. So these are things that you get to know within an organization. This is what we call organizational chart. Now, employee roles and responsibilities. As soon as employee is being employed, as soon as you have a job, the next thing is your function, your task. So the roles played by employees vary depending on the size and type of business. The roles outlined here refer to a chart in figure. So we are looking at the chart. We're looking at the chart that we just checked on now.
Yes.
But the roles of employees are based on how big or small.
How big and small.
Or small the organization is. So for directors are appointed by the owners to run the business together with the chairperson. So the directors are those people that
who runs the business.
They represent the owners of the business. They represent the owners of the business.
Yes.
They are the face of the owners of the business. That's why we call them directors. Clear?
Yes.
We have the managers. The managers are those ones that make decisions about the day-to-day running of the business.
Yes, I know. Day-to-day
running of the business.
Yeah, they take care of day-to-day running of the business.
So we have the production, the finance, the welfare, the sales. All these are managers.
They're checking employees that are doing their job. Obviously.
They don't check employees. Supervisors check employees. Managers make decisions about how supervisors will check employees. For supervisors, they are the ones that monitor the workplace. They are the ones that check the do's and the don'ts of employees. They are the supervisors. Is it clear?
Yes.
Then we have the operatives. For the operatives, we are talking about the skilled workers. Those that are in operations, like teachers. Like a school, we have operatives. Teachers are the operatives. We are the ones that are in charge of what students should do within the organization in the school.
Yes.
These are operatives. Then we have the general staff. For general staff, we're talking about unskilled. Like they are there, the cleaners, they don't have any specific skills. So they are everywhere. They are the general staff. They need to close the door, they need to close the gates, they need to make coffee, all these things. They are the general staff. They need electricity to be fixed, they need plumbing work to be done. They are the ones in charge. These are the general staff. Do you understand, please?
Yes, I understand.
Please sit properly.
Understand.
Sit properly, please.
Okay.
Then we have the professional staff. When we talk about professional staff, we're talking about the highly skilled or trained workers. These are lawyers, accountants, doctors, pilots. They are professional. They are employed.
What's the difference between professional staff
And operative staff.
Yeah.
Operative staffs are those that are in charge of the organization. They are the ones that do the jobs, the work. But professional staff, these are like the accountants.
Accountant.
Yes, it's not the same as someone. I'm a teacher,
Mm.
but we have the principal,
Mm.
who might be a professor.
Yes.
Do you understand? So these are professional staff. They give expertise. They give experiences. They use their professionalism to put the organization in the right direction.
So basically, operatives are skilled.
They are skilled too.
Yeah, they are skilled, but not as skilled as professional
Professionals,
staff.
yes. Professional staff might have experience, more qualification. Is it clear?
Yes. You giant one.
Features of organizational structure. The chain of command. We're talking about chain of command. Chain of command routes through which these are the routes through which orders are passed down the hierarchy. So for chain of command, it simply talks about ways in which authority is being passed across other hierarchy. Or from the chairperson to the director, to the manager, and the rest. This is what we call chain of command. Is it clear?
Very clear.
It talks about how orders are being passed across each hierarchy.
I mean, the owner goes to the director. Owners goes to directors goes to managers goes to supervisors, supervisors goes to employees, then it goes on.
That is what we call chain of command.
That's chain of command.
Yes, we go on. Then we have our span of control. For our span of control, it talks about the number of subordinates under a manager. The number of subordinates under a manager. That is span of control. The number of subordinates. The number of people under one manager. That is the span of control.
A manager with employees.
Look, this is a span of control. This is a manager. These are all subordinates. That's a flat. This is a flat chain.
Flat chain.
Yeah, and this is a wider, a tall chain.
Third chain.
Tall, flat. A tall chain has more subordinates under one manager. A flat chain has more subordinates under one manager, while a tall chain has more managers under few subordinates. Do you get it?
Yes.
So let's read anyway. I think you know what span of control is now.
Yeah.
A span of control is the total number of workers or total number of people under one manager. That is span of control. Then we have two types. We have the flat and the tall.
Do they have advantages and disadvantages?
Yes, please. So we'll go on with the flat. Sit down properly, please.
Okay.
So for flat and flat structure, organizational structure may be flat or tall. Examples were given here. So for a flat structure, it means that there are fewer layers in the hierarchy. A flat structure only has 2 layers in the hierarchy. The chain of command is short, but the span of control is wide. For a flat structure, the chain of command is tall, but the span of control is wide. Do you get it? That means we have few managers and more subordinates. That's a flat structure. Is it clear?
Yeah.
What are the advantages about flat structure? They said, one, communication is better because the chain of command is short. So communication flows well, and information is easy to be accessed.
Yeah, you said it
in some classes before.
Yeah.
So management costs are lower because there are few layers of management. So in a flat structure, you don't employ managers. You don't employ more managers because when you employ more managers, you have to pay more.
Yeah.
But
it's more cheaper.
It's cheaper because you employ less managers. 3, control may be friendly and less formal because there is more direct contact between layers. So the control is a bit flexible and friendly because the workers are not remote to the manager. They are closer to the managers. Is it clear?
Yes, obviously.
For the tall structure, communication through the whole structure can be poor because there is a long chain of command. It's a long chain. So communication might be slower.
I thought you already
yeah, but just listen to them again. Yes, management costs will be higher because they employ more workers, more managers. There may be a clear route for promotion that might help to motivate staff. That's an advantage anyway. For the third hierarchy, you know where you get to be promoted. Unlike a flat structure. A flat structure, there's no chance for promotion.
Yeah, there's no promotion. There's no way to increase to the top.
Is it clear?
Yeah.
Controls tends to be more formal and less friendly because of the layers in the hierarchy. Workers are remote to the managers and directors. As a result, it is more formal not friendly. You can't find them around.
Yeah.
Is it clear? Is it clear, please?
Clear.
We go to delegation.
All right.
So when I talk about delegation, delegation means you're giving authority to an individual to act on your behalf. That is delegation. You get what delegation is here?
Sure.
Giving authority to an individual to act on your behalf. That is delegation. So the extent which delegation takes place, it will often depends on whether decision making is centralized or decentralized. So for delegation to happen, it depends on the kind of structure the organization has. Are you with me?
Yes.
For delegation to occur, it depends on the kind of structure the organization is processing or using. Now we start with the centralized one. For centralized structure, it means the authority comes from the owner, from the top. There's one individual controlling the organization. That is centralized.
There's one individual.
Yeah, like the director, just the director, nobody else.
There's no any other people helping.
Nobody. It takes the decision.
That's centralized.
Centralized. So if employees do not have any authority to all in a business, then decision making is centralized. In contrast, if control in a business is completely decentralized, this means that every employee has the authority to take decisions. So a centralized structure means that authority comes from above. No employee has the right to make decisions. But decentralized, that is where delegation takes place. So we go to the advantages of centralized organizational structure. Senior management has complete control over resources. So the senior managers are the one in charge of resources. So resources will not be wasted. Senior managers are trained and experienced in decision making. They are the senior managers, they know more. So decision making will be prompt. It prevents parts of the business such as different departments acting independently. So you won't act independently. You have to act based on the guidelines or the guidance of the senior management. Coordination and control is easier because it comes from just individual, from the central.
It comes from the owner.
Yes, but what are the problems? Centralized. One of the first problems is that employees may be demotivated without any authority. When employees are not part of authority, they get demotivated because it means their voice cannot be heard. They believe they are not valuable. Do you get that? Is it clear or not, please?
Yes, clear. 2,
it brings less creativity and fewer ideas. Because employees are not part of decision making, so that means they might not be creative and they won't come up, their ideas are not needed. Procedures may be needed to make decision making easier. So they need to come up with policies and procedures that would allow decision making to be more easier. If not, it becomes difficult. People at the top may be out of touch with the needs of customers served by more local employees.
Like what do you mean?
Because it is centralized. They need every decision making has to come from the top. So what about whenever they need to make quick decisions because of customers? They won't be able to make it because they can't make decisions on their own. It's centralized. Do you get it? Is it clear?
Since there's no managers.
It is decision making is from the top.
Yeah, I know.
Workers cannot quickly make decisions. So maybe there are some things that needs to be done as soon as now. They can't do it. They have to wait for directives from the top. Clear?
Clear.
And that will bring about inefficiency to the organization. Now, decentralized. For decentralized, I told you, it's about giving workers the opportunity to act on your behalf. So that's delegation. That's delegation. So one of the advantages is that workers have autonomy and may be better motivated. Workers are independent, they can make decisions, and that could motivate them. 2, it speeds up decision making. So you don't have to wait for the directors before you take decisions. Do you get it?
Yes.
It takes pressure off senior managers by reducing their workload. So because there's delegation now, managers can also work. Managers can have some free space for themselves because subordinates can work on their behalf. It provides more promotion opportunity at the different managerial level. So you know that if you are doing well, there's likelihood for you to be promoted. That's why you're acting on the manager's behalf. Then what are the problems?
I understand.
Senior managers may lose control of resources because you're giving the authority to people. Those that you give authority to might overdo and it becomes a problem.
Basically, I give the employees more control.
Yeah, and you might lose the control. Costs may be higher owing to less standardization and more variability in decision-making process. Because everybody can make decisions. That means there's no standardized structure.
Yeah, there's
Things
no
are not standard. There's no
no
standard.
There's no one thinking idea. It's all over the place.
So it means everybody comes up with different ideas.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
So it is not standardized, and that is the problem.
It creates chaos.
Some employees may not have the ability to make decisions. You're giving authority to people to make decisions, but they don't even have the skills to make decisions. That's the problem.
They'll get poor decisions.
Yeah. Some employees may not welcome the extra responsibility. Some employees don't want to do more. They just want to work and move on.
Yeah.
Is it clear?
Obviously.
So we go down. So this is an organizational chart again. Are you there?
Yes. Okay, what's this one?
They said as business grows, the formal organization is likely to change. Most businesses, because they start small, have an entrepreneurial structure. These decisions are made centrally by the owner or key workers. So the more the business grows, the more the structure changes.
Okay.
So a one-man business will have a centralized authority or a centralized decision making. But if the business starts growing, it introduces traditional structure like hierarchy. Then at some stage it uses the matrix structure.
Matrix? What
Yeah.
is it?
So this is where you have it here. We have the project managers. You have, instead of having leader, or instead of becoming the manager, you are going to be a manager, a leader in a group.
Illegal.
You're going to be a leader in a group.
Oh.
So we'll employ you as a professional. I will be employed as a professional. So you become a leader of those professionals.
So it is
project
X manager, project Y manager.
So become a project manager. So all those people that are working with you are professionals too. So we're going to have a project. We have a project to do.
So we have
listen please. We have a project to carry out. So this project involves, okay, let's say we want to build a house.
Yeah.
We need accountants, we need engineer, we need a surveyor, we need a planner. All these people, we employ them.
Exactly.
Then I become their manager. That is the project manager. Do you understand?
Yes.
So everyone in that team are professionals, but they are aided by a project manager. Is it clear?
Yes.
So go to the MCQ.
Okay. The route.
Oh, sorry, please. I've not made the video for MCQ. Hold on, please.
Which orders are passed down.
Chapter 23, right? Is it chapter 23, please?
Yes.
So what is it?
Oh, it is. It is.
Okay. So we have the multiple choice question for chapter 23. And chapter 23 is about organizational structure and the employees. So question 1, please.
Okay, the route through which orders are passed down the hierarchy is called 1A, span of control, B, delegation, C, chain of command, D, authority. This is obvious. Chain of command.
Chain of command, yes. The route through which orders are passed is the chain of command.
It's so obvious. Order passes down from the upper
bottom.
The upper hierarchy to
the
lower
hierarchy, yes. So question 1 is C. Question 2.
Okay, question 2. Granting workers the power to make decisions means they have been given A, authority, B, delegations, C, responsibility, D, a job title. Obviously, responsibility.
No, delegation. I told you delegation means an employee is being given authority to act on the manager's behalf. Giving authority to act on people's behalf is delegation. So the answer is B.
Okay.
The authority you give to someone to act on your behalf. You know, there's a difference between authority and power.
Also,
authority means you give the person the power to act. That is authority. So giving someone the power to act on your behalf is delegation. Clear? So the answer is B.
Yeah, B.
Question 3.
Okay. With a flatter
organizational
structure, which is true. The management costs will be higher. Communication will be better because the chain of command will be shorter. The span of control will be lower. The control tend to be more formal. It's B. Because communication will be better because the chain of command will be shorter.
So with a flatter organizational structure, which is true, communication will be better because the chain of command will be shorter. Great.
Yeah, because basically you think an order to everyone that has the same hierarchy.
Yeah, and here the subordinates are less remote.
Yeah, exactly.
To the managers. Yeah.
It's so obvious.
Communication becomes better. Yeah. Question 4. Which of the following is an advantage of centralization?
Okay, we have less control by the senior management team, more motivated workforce. Say fewer producers may be needed, making decisions making more efficient. D,
coordination and control is easier. For centralization, so for centralization it means
I know.
Okay.
Decentralization is giving workers the
delegation.
Delegation.
So what's the answer for this?
Centralization is the opposite.
So what's the advantage of centralization here?
So less control by the senior management team. That's decentralization. B, more motivated workforce. C, fewer procedures may be needed, making decisions making more efficient. D, coordinate control is easier. Okay. It's C.
It is D. Fewer procedures may be needed. That means it's a problem because when you need when you have more procedures, it's a disadvantage. It takes time. We talked about the disadvantage of centralization.
Yeah.
So the advantage here is coordination and control becomes easier because it's one person deciding. It's one person making decision. Pass it down. So the answer is D. So that ends chapter 23. Organizational structure and employees.
Yes. Oh, it's a